guys, good morning. So I thought I'd get a video in. Yesterday, Kamala Harris, which a lot of people are discussing, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think this is. But it appears that Kamala Harris, despite what the polls say, that they may be in trouble and they are in desperate fear of losing this election. So now Kamala Harris finally addresses, quote unquote, the voters that she feels that she needs most to secure this election, who have been ignored and been insulted by, a lot of bad wenches, coons, and, basically followers, panderers, puppets throughout her vice presidency and since she's been in office and since she started to run for president, because this is really her second attempt to run for president. But nevertheless, this reminds me back in 1985, if I'm not mistaken, Doug Flutie, this undersized quarterback. He played for Boston College, and they were playing against the University of Miami. And basically, to end the game, Doug Flutie throws this Hail Mary, and basically, it's caught for a touchdown, and Boston College wins the game. Now, Doug Flutie, as a professional, he floated around. I think he played in Canada. He played in some other leagues. He did eventually make it to the NFL, but he really, teams just really didn't believe in Doug Flutie because of his size, because Doug Flutie was very small for a quarterback. Decent. I mean, he had a decent arm. But I mean, he didn't have an arm like, he didn't have an arm like Josh Allen or guys like Ben Roethlisberger or guys like that. But nevertheless, that's what Kamala Harris is doing. She's trying to throw a Hail Mary to the people that basically she ignored. The people that when she was a attorney general and prosecutor, that she spent a lot of time locking up, circumventing ways to keep them in jail, put them in jail. No matter how much Kamala Harris wants to try to pretend that the stuff she did when she was the attorney general and a prosecutor didn't happen, it happened. No matter how much she tries to have other people speak on her behalf and say that people need to do their research when they've done plenty of research on her. And the problem is why at this point nobody with common sense trusts Kamala Harris is because when you ask her a simple question, just like she was asked a couple of days ago about the situation with Obama trying to chastise black men and shame them into voting for her. When they asked her a simple question, do you think Obama hurt or helped you by what he did, specifically addressing and trying to disrespect black men? She just gave this long word salad answer without actually answering the question. And she tried to do what the dummies always do, which is try to deflect. Instead of them talking about what they can do and how they will fix something, they will always say, the Republicans did this. Kamala Harris hasn't really came up with a strategy and what she will do if she's elected president. So now all of a sudden she has came up with this plan for black men, even though this is the same person that is on video and audio saying that she will do nothing that strictly benefits black people. Now, as far as these as far as these so-called, trinkets of things, tangibles that she's supposedly going to give black people, or should I say black men. Well, who's going to be in charge? Because at the same time, somebody else can apply for those loans too. How is she going to make sure that black men specifically benefit from these so-called tangibles, which don't amount up to a hill of beans to me? What happened to the George Floyd Act? And see, that's the thing with Kamala Harris. You can't believe a damn word she says. She just said last week that they only have $750 to give in hurricane relief money from FEMA. But they've given away thousands of dollars to people who are here illegally. And that's been proven. She's giving them housing. She's giving them food stamps. She's giving them money. And then she's lied about not being one of the overseers or the main overseer of the border, which Joe Biden basically said that she was, which Joe Biden been sitting up there lightweight undermining her. So this further proves that you can't believe anything that comes out of Kamala Harris' mouth. Now, of course, her supporters are gonna make videos. See, this is why you need to vote for her. Because she says she's gonna do, wait a minute. So 3 weeks away from the election, and after that disastrous lecture or scolding from Barack Obama, that cocoa butter colored nigga, or half nigga, now all of a sudden she's came up with a plan. And we're supposed to believe her. Listen, I don't care if y'all get mad. I don't care if you black niggas get mad, and I don't care if you black bitches get mad. At this point, nobody can believe a damn thing that Kamala Harris says. And that's just facts. That's just facts. She's told lie after lie after lie. Oh, I have all my facts. Because one, I'm from California. I knew about Kamala Harris before she I knew all about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is on American Gangster, basically bragging about how she like to lock black men up. So you can't come and tell no lies and talk about do your research. I've already done my research. I know more about Kamala Harris than you outsiders do. I know her whole background. And she ain't from Oakland. She was born in Oakland. She lived in Berkeley. She never really had the black experience, just like Barack Obama. Nobody cares about y'all being mad. Nobody cares about y'all. All you gotten from Kamala Harris is a bunch of lip service and lie. Anybody that can't answer a straight up question, yes or no, that already shows that there is a question mark about her character and how disingenuous they could be. She's been nothing but disingenuous. She's been caught in lies several times. So now all of a sudden, 3 weeks to the election, exactly 3 weeks to the election, now all of a sudden she has a plan for black men, which shows me that behind the scenes, they think that they're going to lose this election. Who am I voting for? I'll put it to you this way. I'm not a Trump supporter, I'm not a Republican. I used to vote Democrat until I started to see what the Democrats is all about: empty promises and deflection. All of a sudden now we supposed to believe this woman, but I guess that was AI when she said, I guess that was AI when she said she wasn't going to do nothing that strictly benefits black people. But everybody has benefited from the Democrats except black people as a whole. And I'm not talking about student loans, because anybody can be forgiven for student loans. That's a universal thing, not a black thing. So please stop it. We're not being, I'm going to say this once again, we're not being bullied. I'm not worried about black women being mad at me, because at this point, who gives a fuck what y'all think? Y'all have lost y'all right to critique. Not all black women, but a lot of y'all, we can make an argument that y'all have been a bigger op than any white man or any Hispanic man or any kind of other man. Y'all have been our biggest ops. So I'm just telling the truth. It's funny, when Barack Obama was running, the main reason why people were telling us to vote for Barack Obama is because of Michelle, because he had a black wife. This is why I believe if Barack Obama was married to a white woman, he wouldn't have became president. Michelle played a pivotal role in him getting elected. Not once, but twice. Because to a certain degree, it wasn't about Barack Obama. It wasn't about the symbolism of a black man. You had a lot of black feminists out there. It was a symbol of black female symbolism and feminists. Yeah, I said it. It wasn't about him. It was more about black women. That's why they kept constantly saying Michelle, because she was part of the package. A lot of times Michelle got mentioned more than Barack Obama did. That's real. Case in point, did anybody know who Donald Trump was married to, who the first lady was when Donald Trump was in office? How much publicity did she get? Do anybody remember who George W. Bush was married to? Now, we knew about Hillary Clinton because she was a politician and an attorney herself. So I just got to say this. So I just got to expose black women on this a little bit. It wasn't about Obama. It was about Michelle. But then when black men question Kamala Harris, who she's married to, then here comes black women with their white man worship, saying that people was just jealous of her husband. Jealous of what? Now all of a sudden, well, does it matter who she's married to? It mattered who Obama was married to. And this is where I call out the hypocrisy in some black women. They're gonna be mad at me, and that's fine. But once again, ask me, do I care? Because somebody gotta say this. Might as well be me. Might as well be me. Republicans won't let me do it, and that's the same shit you gonna get from Kamala Harris, or it's gonna be like her excuse probably is gonna be, we have the funds right now, but y'all gave away billions of dollars to Ukraine, to other people. So how you gonna say America first? America didn't come first. Ukraine came first. Everybody but America came first. Ukraine first, illegal immigrants second. So if there's no money, that's where the money went. You sitting up there helping finance wars, providing people with weapons. But I'm sitting up here driving around the Bay Area, and I'm seeing people living in tents under the freeway or near the freeway. How does that happen? Why is that happening? Problem been fixed. I saw people that were veterans getting denied shelter because they had to house illegal immigrants. And all the Democrats do, instead of coming with a legitimate mission statement, all they do is use scare tactics. Ain't nobody worried about scare tactics no more. You keep talking about Trump this and Trump that, but you still can't explain why is it that inflation is at an alarming all-time high. They haven't talked about how they're going to protect jobs from AI and robotics technology. You keep talking about providing jobs, but then they're saying that AI and robotics is going to take away, like, within the next 5 to 6 years, possibly 80% of the workforce. So when are those questions going to be addressed? When are those questions going to be addressed? When is people going to start speaking on that? It's a reason why people, and particularly black men, don't trust Kamala Harris, because they know her history. That's why. People know her history. You can try to scrub it all you want. You can try to have Roland Martin try to call himself. The whole thing with the Democrats and why they have alienated a lot of black people is because of them trying to scold people, trying to shame people, trying to call people out their name. Once again, you don't have Obama sitting up scolding anybody else but black men. And Barack Obama don't have no right to be wagging his finger at black men whatsoever. And everybody saw that. And everybody has an angle with this because Barack Obama screwed up. And then instead of Obama saying, you know what, I shouldn't have did that, he should have issued a public apology, nowhere to be found. But I guess if he admits that he made a mistake, it'll be an admission that they're in fear of losing this election. Kamala Harris has had plenty of chances to address her past, head up, with some of the things that people have accused her of and what they think about her. And she's elected not to do it. I think if Kamala Harris would have addressed this stuff spot on right away and just said, hey, you know what, there's some mistakes that I made as a prosecutor and an attorney general. She's done nothing. And people keep talking about Donald Trump granting police immunity, which a lot of the policies that Donald Trump is talking about he's going to try to enforce, he won't be able to do it no more than some of the policies that the Democrats will try to enforce, because you still have to go through Congress. Okay, so that's just real talk. I'm not worried about none of that stuff. Oh, well, Donald Trump says he's gonna grant the police immunity. Well, here's a fact of information that you guys need to know. Do you know black men, black people in general, getting deleted by law enforcement is at an all-time high under the Joe Biden and Kamala Harris watch. Did y'all know that? I bet some of y'all did, but as usual, you just want to talk around that because that's what Democrats are good at doing. It's just deflection. Did you know that? So what's the difference? Joe Biden hasn't done anything to combat police brutality. Neither is him or Kamala Harris. So I'm just saying, I know how politics works. I understand it. I'm not strictly into politics like that. I know how it works. The scare tactic stuff is over. That's all. I've been hearing the Democrats like this. This is all they do. I sat up here, I voted for Bill Clinton twice, but then Bill Clinton locked up along with Joe Biden just as many black people as they claimed the Republicans did. The Democrats have done just as much damage to the black community as the Republicans, whether people want to admit it or not. The Democrats, along with Ronald Reagan, they co-conspired with Ronald Reagan basically to make California a non-open carry state for the last 50 plus years to blatantly violate Second Amendment rights. And that's a funny thing. And Kamala Harris, she's a hypocrite on that too. Now, Kamala Harris wants to monitor how many guns you own and basically want to put it in place to whenever she feels like it, possibly she could just run up in your house and confiscate your guns. But then Kamala Harris says she's a gun owner. And she says if somebody come in her house uninvited, they're going to get shot. But then again, in California, where she was from, California has some of the most strictest gun laws. California has laws in place to where they can put you in jail if you defend yourself at your own house from a criminal. If you shoot a criminal and he's unarmed, you could go to jail. But this is the same person that's talking about what weapons should be banned and we need to come in your house and check your guns and make sure they're doing this, that you're doing that. So this is why nobody believes anything Kamala Harris said. She just constantly contradicts herself on a regular basis. Constantly contradicts herself. And then you have her and then you have her minions who we tuned out. Throughout the Biden and Kamala Harris presidency, when they were running, when black men were trying to express their concerns in a polite way, we were told by people like that missile-head bitch Simone Sanders to be quiet. She tired of the unwanted opinion of black men. She never apologized for that. But now all of a sudden she's sitting up there. Well, I don't think that's a good idea for Barack Obama to be, wagging his finger at black. We were constantly disrespected. Constantly disrespected by these type of people. Tiffany Cross, Joy Reid. These are supposed to be prominent black women and stuff. You had Tiffany Cross, who sat up there and tried to disrespect Kevin Samuels. You have Joy Reid constantly sitting up trying to question black people's blackness. You even have non-blacks trying to question people's blackness. Joe Biden, a dude whose mentor was a known KKK member, said if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. What he probably meant to say was if you don't vote for him, he's gonna find a way to lock you up. So no, we're not trying to hear this stuff. We're not trying to hear those fake tangibles that really don't amount up to a hill of beans that Kamala Harris is so-called promising to deliver to specifically black men. Kamala Harris has had over 4 years to address the issues that black men have with her. When she first announced her presidency, she had a chance to tackle this head on, but she cowered away from it. She had other people try to speak on her behalf and then try to have themselves trying to wag their finger at us. And I'll say this once again, to you black women that are supporters of Kamala Harris, who in the fuck you think you talking to? Okay? Who do you think you're talking to? And I'm gonna just say this real talk, black women, you lost your right to assess and critique black men on any type of level. Based on how the fact that you betrayed us, a lot of y'all have betrayed us and undermined us on a regular basis out in the open and tried to humiliate us, emasculate us. I'm sorry that this truth is hurting a lot of people, but it got to be said. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it, and maybe it just got to be me. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. All I'm going to say is that this is just real talk. It doesn't matter who becomes president. You better tool up. That's all I'm saying. Because either way, you need to be ready for whatever happens. Whoever wins the presidency, it's going to be problems either way. So that's all I'm gonna say concerning that. It's going to be problems no matter who becomes the president, whether it's Harris or whether it's Trump. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that's real talk. Keep being a naive black person thinking everybody like you and everybody is cool with you, and see what the end result's gonna be. I've been fell out of that. And like I said before, it's gonna be people that's gonna be mad at me. They're gonna criticize me like they always do, but I'm at the point. Here's the thing. When you don't care, the better off you're gonna be. I do not care. I'm not worried about the criticism. I'm not worried about, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. Weapons policy. I told you in California they were secretly trying to pass. They were secretly law in California where they could just randomly come and search your house, whether you there or not. And that's a clear invasion of privacy without a warrant. So basically they was trying to pass their version of a stop and frisk, or it was going to be called the random search law. They were actually trying to pass that law. Now, how is that not an invasion of privacy where they could just come in your house, whether you there or not, and search your house for weapons? And we all know who they were going to target. Y'all keep talking about dictatorship with Trump and all this kind of stuff, but keep in mind, Kamala Harris is the same person that I think wants to have abortion laws up to not almost 9 months, you got a full-fledged baby inside you. So that's very questionable. So let me get this straight. It's okay for her to decide what a woman in their body. As far as that go, but these are the same people that put laws in place, and I'm not ever going to let that go. These are the same people that allow companies to violate your civil liberties by telling you if you didn't take the potion, they can take away your job. That they can keep you out of movie theaters. They can keep you out of public events. This is the same person that was sitting up there saying that she was going to send random people to just come knock on your door and ask you if you hadn't took the potion, do you want to take the potion? Just, can you imagine that? Somebody randomly coming up to your house with the National Guard? But then again, Kamala Harris was sending a SWAT team to people's house if they didn't, send their kids to school. She did all this stuff. She did everything that I'm saying that she did. It's not a lie. It's the absolute truth. She did all of this stuff. So what's the difference between her dictatorship versus the other guys? They lied and said when Bobit first happened, oh, we don't even think we have the authority to make people, But the thing was, they put in laws to where we had to take it, but they didn't. Politicians, that is. So how is it that they don't have to take it, but we do? And then they violated people's civil liberties. They violated people's religious beliefs, because if you have certain religious beliefs that say that you don't believe in taking that kind of stuff, that should have been honored, and they violated that. But y'all keep talking about the other guy. Civil Rights Act of 1964 said that they cannot, and I repeat, they cannot force you to take something like that. Look it up. And I was trying to explain that to people. Everybody knew my stance. If you did it, I was cool with it. If you didn't do it, I was cool with it. And like I said, that's how I got into it with that baby animal looking nigga. Because he sat up there and tried to call himself disrespecting me. But it's easy to talk off the side of your ass on the chat line, because like I said, it would have been totally different. It would have been totally different had you said that to my face. So can we please stop it with this BS? So no, I don't believe nothing that comes out that lady's mouth. She has a very shaky past. Say what you want to say. Trump ain't never locked nobody up. And like I said, all this stuff didn't happen under her watch, where gas prices skyrocketed. I'm in California. At one time, it was so bad as far as gas go. Gas in certain places was $6 a gallon. It went to $6 a gallon. Inflation is at an all-time high. And nobody can explain how did that happen. You hearing about more businesses going belly up. Under their watch. But this is the person that you think can run a country. This is the person that you think can run a company who is, I mean, who cannot tell the truth to save their life. Who's been caught in lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. This is the person we supposed to trust. So you think that she really gonna finally. So finally, 3 weeks to go to the election. The election is 3 weeks from today. And she finally addresses black men specifically almost at the 11th hour. Oh, I have a policy that I a policy that I put in place for black men that black men can benefit from. So I'm just saying, why would we believe anything that Kamala Harris says now? What promise did they really deliver on? Nothing. Like I said, everybody gets put before black people. And another thing, she ain't black. Said out of her own mouth she was Indian. That's another thing. She won't answer. She won't answer the question yes or no. Look, are you black or are you not black? I mean, her birth certificate has her listed as white. She didn't lie about who her maternal grandmother is, and I'm like, what? And we just supposed to ignore all this stuff. And it's funny as far as when you start talking about her husband, people say, does it matter who she's married to? Well, it mattered who Barack Obama was married to. Didn't it matter who he was married to? So now all of a sudden, doesn't matter who she's married to. And if she's so black, how come she didn't pick a black person to run, a black man to make her running mate? You know why? Because she didn't believe that would help her and give her a chance of winning the election. But she's supposed to be one of us. How can you believe a person that every time she goes to certain places, she got a different kind of accent? She didn't have a southern accent. She didn't have a corporate accent. She didn't try to have a fake black accent. This is the same person that tells us that she used to cook greens in the bathtub. Like I said before, I don't know nobody. When I say I don't know nobody, my family is from the South. My grandmother was born in Louisiana. She's 92 years old. Born in Louisiana, moved to Texas. My father was born in Monroe, Louisiana. My father used to have soul food Sundays. I never saw my father, rest in peace, Pops. I never saw my father put no damn greens in the bathtub. And first of all, what person would eat some greens that was in the bathtub? And like I said, that didn't even make no kind of sense when I first heard her say, who puts greens in the bath? Oh, we had so many greens. We just soak them in the, what? So you want me to eat some greens that came out of a tub where somebody washed their ass in? Oh, okay. Talk about germs. I'm not reading none of these. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm not listening. I'm not reading none of these long paragraphs that you guys are writing in the comment section, trying to combat what I'm saying and defend this lady. So I'm not reading it. You wasting your time. So that's what I'm saying. All this, like, for real, how disingenuous can you be? Every time she goes somewhere, she changes her accent. All the pandering. Then she gets, then she puts out a video of her singing One Nation Under a Groove. Now I wonder who taught her that. I just wonder. When I heard her say that ridiculous thing about we used to have so much greens, and who were, like I said before, who the hell was you cooking these greens for? I ain't go. Listen, I'm not eating over nobody's house that soak their greens in the bathtub. I probably would be mad at them, to be honest with you. I probably would have a few choice words for them. You expect me to eat this? These greens taste like ass. I wonder why. So no, I'm not paying attention to nothing that Kamala Harris is talking about. I'm not paying attention to this fake so-called, emergency tangibles she's came up with for black men. It's not like she gonna deliver on them. Keep in mind, they just said they ain't got no more money. So either they got the money or they don't. Like I said, everybody has came before us. Every community has came before us. As a black man, I'm exercising my right to speak. I'm using my voice. Like I said, I'm not worried about no backlash. I'm not worried about nobody being mad at me. I'm not worried about being called out my name. At this point, who cares? Because I'm still going to say what need to be said. All we get from the Dimma Dummies is lip service. And not good one at that. Okay? It's always the same old with them. They sit up here, they come around and say, vote for us. But then you get nothing in return. That's all they've done, is expect us to have this loyalty for them and just automatically vote for them, but then they put everybody before us. They protect everybody except us. These are facts, not fiction. These are facts, straight up facts. And like the saying goes, if the truth hurts, you're going to be in pain. So you better go get some rubbing alcohol. You better get a Band-Aid. You better go take some Robitussin, because Robitussin, that cure everything for black people. We're not paying attention to you guys no more. We're not paying attention to you shields. We're not paying attention to you bed winches. We're not paying attention to you Sambos. We have had it up to here with empty promises. A little bit of nothing. Because that's all we got. A little bit of nothing. And a little bit of nothing pretty means you already not getting nothing to begin with, but you getting a tiny bit of nothing. Because you know why? It doesn't mount up to anything. So these so-called tangibles that Kamala Harris has came up with, you know? So these tangibles, so-called tangibles, as the saying goes, not impressed. You better do better than that. You got to come up with something better than that. But at this point, do you believe him? I don't believe nothing that comes out of Kamala's mouth. And nobody should. When you have a history of being disingenuous, why would anybody believe you? She didn't ignore black men for so long. And the thing is, Kamala Harris has been inconsistent too. 1 minute she'll act like there's nothing wrong with what's going on with the economy, but then she say, I promise to fix things. Well, either something is wrong or it isn't. You can't say you're going to fix something if something isn't broken. So what are you planning on fixing? And that's what I mean. She's all over the place. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. As far as this particular thing goes, no, I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because of this so-called fake black woman. Because she's a fake black woman. I mean, she was with that Indian lady. She's an Indian. You know, she's an Indian. She doesn't understand the black experience. Listen, white people have went to Howard University. I keep telling you, one of the Walmart ears, you know, went to a historical black college. So anybody could go to a historical black college and anybody can join a fraternity. Fraternities have to let anybody join if they want to join a fraternity. You cannot keep nobody out of a fraternity from pledging. Even I know about that. So I'm just saying, this lady is all over the place. And when I say she's all over the place, she's all over the place. And I'm sorry if people have paid attention to that. That's what I've done. I paid attention. I paid close attention. I've never seen somebody, when you ask them a simple question, and you should always be wary of people when you ask them a simple question, and then they just start trying to talk around it. And that's all she's done, is talk around situations. That's all she does. I've been saying this for the longest. Black people need their own party. I'm sorry, I'm kind of done with this whole Republican Democrat. We need our own party that specializes in fixing situations and concerns that's going on in the black community and with us. Like I said, you can sit up there and say, Kamala, you just ask her a simple question and it turns into this long thought out process. You just be like, it'll get to the point to where you be like, could you just answer the damn question? It'll be like, Kamala, who do you think got the best burgers out of McDonald's and Burger King? And then she'll just say, well, the lettuce with McDonald's has a texture where you put the mayonnaise on there and it has this taste where, based off the fact that when you go to Jack in the Box, they cut the lettuce in a square form to where you might not get and you just, hey, yes or no, who got the best burgers? And that's what she does. You ask her a simple question and she turned it into a speech. Kamala, Coke or Pepsi? Well, the recipe of Coca-Cola, they have certain type of syrup, corn syrup that they use. And then they have like a 24-hour like mixture process versus Pepsi, where Pepsi, the ingredients is a little bit different. And you just sit up here and just be like, she just can't answer a simple damn question. And that's what she does. But when you think about it, Dr. Pepper has this acquired taste where you may taste a little bit of actual black pepper that comes from the Himalayas, and you just sit up there, you just start scratching your head. You just be like, well, this lady, like, damn, lady, can you answer the question? I've never seen nobody who can't answer a simple question, yes or no. But I can tell you what she was quick to do, though. She was quick to throw niggas in jail, though. She was quick to do that, though. Go to YouTube and go to the search engine and type up Kamala Harris on American Gangster. She was talking about those two brothers that was doing those jewelry heists in the Bay Area. She's on there. Like I said, she can't answer a simple question. She turned this into a long, she turned everything into a speech. So there you have it. But anyway, appreciate you guys. It's your boy Tail. I'm out.